Law and Order SVU Season 26 Episode 21 Recap. Aperture, full breakdown and key moments. Here is your Law and Order SVU recap for tonight's brand new Thursday, May 8, 2025 episode on NBC. According to the NBC synopsis of tonight's Law and Order SVU Season 26 Episode 21, Aperture, the squad rushes to find the victim to make sure she's safe after witnessing an assault at gunpoint through a nearby window. A startling suspect results from a threat to blackmail the victim's relatives. For our Law and Order SVU recap, be sure to bookmark this page and return between 9 and 10 p.m. ET. Check out all of our Law and Order SVU recaps, spoilers, news, and more while you wait for the recap. The Law and Order SVU recap for tonight has begun. To stay up to date, frequently refresh the page. A married couple was looking for flats in tonight's Law and Order SVU episode. From the beginning, the spouse detested the site. He didn't think it was really noteworthy. That's what he told the realtor. The husband decided to use the telescope in the living room because his wife still wanted to look around. He peered through the windows of the building on the other side of the street. He saw what he believed to be a sexual assault. The witness contacted 911 after observing that the man had taken the young woman away at gunpoint. Some others didn't accept his account of what happened. Finn, for example, felt that the coincidence was too great. He conversed with the witness. The individual was neither a spy nor a criminal. They weren't genuinely searching for a new location, he informed Finn. All they do is gaze at the apartments and wish they could afford one. The whole thing he did with the realtor earlier was a charade. They did this to avoid having to purchase the property. Rapes were on the rise, according to Captain Benson. These days, it was occurring everywhere and more frequently. Their witness has nothing to do with the case. They were trying to find an experienced person. The man arrived carrying a camera and a bag of restraints. He prepared both of them prior to the attack. The attack was captured on camera. He may decide to sell it or retain it for himself. The globe was full of sick individuals. Only the police received a video of their gunman holding 2 children hostage from the elevator. He pushed them upstairs inside the flat. The real owner was unaware of who was staying in the same apartment that was being rented. The website took care of everything, he said. Using the elevator's camera, the police were able to identify faces. The attacked woman was hardly an adult. Josephine DeWin was going to receive her high school diploma. She didn't report her rape because she had a promising future. She also failed to mention the presence of her stepbrother. Josie expressed her desire to simply move on. The police couldn't ignore what had happened, but she didn't want to be known for it. She had a 17-year-old stepbrother. They needed to speak with him. They were aware that Atlas might have also been attacked. The attacker also threatened their family, so the two haven't reported it or said anything. Josie's father ran his own business as CEO. Atlas's mother practiced law at a prestigious firm. The children were toddlers when the parents first met. Together, they grew up. Their schools are the same. They thought of one another as siblings. Gordon DeWin and his ex-partner had a good relationship. Natalie DeWin was on the verge of ceasing to pay her alimony. She suspected her ex might be a problem. Atlas was underage, thus the incident had to be reported to the parents. The couple was unaware that anything was amiss. When parents learned that their kids were being held at gunpoint, they were in a panic. They descended to the station without hesitation. Atlas accompanied them. Atlas said he made an effort to keep his sister safe. They kept him in the restroom. It wasn't true that he could hear Josie sobbing through the door. Later, Natalie received a video from someone. The step-siblings were coerced into wrapping one another at gunpoint, according to the footage. They didn't want to report it because of this. They felt terribly embarrassed. They both believed that they ought to have been able to defend one another. He refused to accept Josie's offer to have sex with the shooters in exchange for Atlas letting go. It was a personal matter. Natalie received a video from the perp as well. They were furious with her, not Gordon. The perpetrator wanted them to be aware that he had a film of the things he made their kids do. It was dangerous. The police remained at the DeWin residence. They awaited additional communication, and it was made. The individual responsible for all of this stated that they would either put the footage online or seek $5 million. At first, the police thought Natalie's ex was responsible. Derek Rhodes is his name. He was a resident of the Bahamas. When he was questioned about indecent images of a youngster, it turned out that they were actually of Josie. In each one, she was wearing a bikini. When Derek learned that his son had been hurt, he took a plane back to New York. He was told what had happened by the police. He told them the truth because they were questioning him like a suspect. He claimed that the phone containing the pictures wasn't his. Atlas owned it. Every summer, Atlas would typically go see his father. He broke his phone while traveling and asked Josie if he could join for a year. Atlas didn't care. He used his mother's credit card to get a new one right away. In an attempt to act morally, his father took Atlas's phone to a repair shop so that it could be fixed. The pictures were discovered by the store owner. Derek was taken into custody. Because the pictures weren't unlawful, he was freed. Bikini photos were all that was used. It wasn't unlawful, but it was disgusting. The police attempted to speak with Josie. They questioned her about if Derek took pictures of her or whether she felt uneasy around him during the trip. According to her, nothing similar occurred. Derek seemed chilly to her. Josie told her brother what the police had told her as well. Atlas took a bat to his father's motel. When the police arrived, he was punching him and preventing him from killing his father. Josie put the blame on herself. Atlas, she claimed, was constantly very protective of her. To keep the boys in order, he always sits by her side at lunch, or so he asserted. They also checked his room. He has many more pictures of Josie. The pictures weren't naked. The most of it showed her going about her daily business, similar to painting her toenails. The pictures only demonstrated Atlas's lack of regard for her as a sibling. Atlas had an obsession with Josie. Only because he believed his father had similarly been fixated on Josie did he attack him. After that, it changed into something different. Atlas attempted to hold his father responsible for the attack. He was prepared to imprison his own father. The man who was holding the children at gunpoint was only discovered by them. Atlas hired him to do it. Rainbow Six brought them together. His friend received $2,000 for his work, but he felt that was insufficient, so he attempted to obtain $5 million. And Atlas's plan was destroyed by that. Atlas placed the blame on his mom. Josie made his mother very proud. Josie was smart and attractive. She was at the top of her class, graduating. In the fall, she was enrolled at Stanford. Atlas was against her leaving him. They were destined to be together, he claimed. He claimed that if she left, she would change. He attempted to prevent her from meeting someone else. He attempted to traumatize her to the point that he destroyed her promising future, and he destroyed his family in the process. Natalie was supporting Atlas. She intended to defend him with every penny in her bank account. Josie was devastated when Gordon declined to cover Atlas's defense lawyer's fees. This caused her to lose not just her mother, but also her brother. FINISHMENT